It was an unusually windy night. The breeze was howling and blowing at such a speed that it made the entire house shake. It did not frighten me because this was at a time when the entire world was already shaken by COVID and the large amount of deaths that was mounting daily. So this was nothing new to me. I was prepared for the unexpected to happen at any moment. In fact, this phenomenon happening outside intrigued me somehow. I couldn't remember ever hearing the wind whistle so loud. Meanwhile, feeling the effects of the whirlwind at the same time. The intensity of the wind was so loud and powerful that it could not be ignored. It felt as though we were in a tornado, as if the house would immediately be taken up or crumble at any moment. I knew this was significant. I immediately started to pray, but my prayers felt distant. I couldn't stop thinking of the wind. Somehow, I was pulled closer to the window where I started to pray again. Even then, I felt far from God. I felt as though I needed to be closer. So I went outside. Now, I know going out in that type of weather was probably not the most logical thing to do at that moment. But then, nothing in the spiritual world is logical. The sky was clear and the wind was ferociously blowing. I wanted to talk to God amid the howling and uncontrollable wind. I felt a drawing, a yearning, a pulling, a desire to be under the heavens talking with my Father. The sky, the wind, the howls were all mesmerizing. I closed my eyes and just started to commune with Him. I felt His presence and basked in His presence right outside in my backyard. During the howls, there was such peace, such a sweet, safe, intimate connection. While communing with Him right there outside, not only did I feel an immense peace come over me, but I also realized that the wind was calming down. The wind was no longer bolstering, but now just a calm, slight breeze. It was then that I looked up at the big, beautiful moon. I hadn't noticed it before. It was as if time stood still. I felt as though my prayers were heard, not only by God, but by a silent observer. At that moment, I realized that the moon was recording everything that had just taken place. I realized that the moon was watching everything as it was happening. Not just with me, but with everyone, everywhere. It took a moment to sink in, but it was revealed to me at that very moment that the two witnesses had been here all this time. Needless to say, I was blown away. This wasn't the first time that the Lord had shown me things, just not things of this magnitude. Of course, I shrugged it off and even chuckled at the thought. Could the answer really be hidden in plain sight and completely overlooked? Could it be that the two witnesses are already evident, just not yet appointed for ministry? Could it be that the two witnesses are here, but the appointed time to work has not yet come? The questions started flooding my mind, one after the other. My mind was overwhelmed with questions that first trickled in, then bombarded me like a tsunami. As the questions came, the answers started to trickle in little by little, one by one. This was big. In fact, this was very big. Who would believe me? This was crazy, insane, mind-boggling. I'm going to sound crazy. I laughed out loud over and over and over again. The Lord has a way where He gets our attention, and we can't do anything about it, like it or not. In any case, most prophets and prophecies were considered crazy, so I was in good company. This would require research, getting into the Word, and intense communication with the Holy Spirit. This was quite a feat. While the revelation was made known to me on that windy night, that the sun and the moon are indeed the two witnesses, proving that would take some work. I shared it with one friend who laughed, and who could blame her? I even laughed until I cried. Then I laughed again. Then I cried some more. Then I just bursted out laughing. As time went on, I realized that this was no laughing matter, and that this assignment was given specially to me to share with others. The Lord shared with me something incredibly sacred, and it was my responsibility and assignment to share it for His glory. So, in obedience and by leading of the Holy Spirit, I am sharing with